Hello, hello. Happy Sunday. Welcome. Don't mind me. I'm just like, I don't know. It must be a new moon tomorrow in Cancer. Oh, thank you. Well, good. Because I feel a little bit like, on the crabby side of the Cancer new moon right now. Hello, welcome in. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Aletha. Welcome. Yeah. Oof. Hey, Robert. Howdy. Was so excited to see your reel with your new wheels. Amazing. Can't wait to see what you put out from there. How's everybody doing? Yeah, there's a reason for that. There is, because there is a big week ahead, and it's kicking off with the Cancer new moon. So it just came over me like a wave today, and I'm working my way through, but it's a little funky. Hey, Debbie, welcome. Hey, Deidre, how you guys doing? Let me spray this one. I have a variety of sprays on me here. Woo! Bringing it in. I tried to post the card pull for tonight, and it did post, but like with barely an hour left. I was hitting walls and technical problems at every turn, so I'm guessing most people probably didn't see it, which is no big deal, but that's where these cards came from. I pulled our cards for the week ahead. I pulled us a Queen of the Moon Oracle card for this new moon in Cancer that is happening tomorrow in the afternoon. It will be peaking, and it is a very auspicious week. There's a lot happening energetically. I will probably get into it more tomorrow on the recaps on my Marco Polo on the Sharecast. Please join me over there if you haven't already. We'll be offering card pulls tonight here, and then anybody who misses and is catching the replay or would like to just see the recaps over on the Sharecast, you can also have a card pull there. Yes, Deidre, I was going to say representin'. I love it so much, and I try to wear it. I mean, I know it doesn't have to be matchy-matchy. I can wear it with anything, but I was like really motivated to wear it today, so I love it always. Thank you. So beautiful. Yeah, so on the video, let me see look, I really sprayed myself. I'm feeling like a sheen. Oh yeah, that's tacky. All right, so I'm using the Spiritual Protection Spray tonight, the Silver Ray, which is all about, and you see that sword coming through the water being emotions, water being the element associated with Cancer, being that we are having this very sentimental, deep feeling, going within type lunation coming in. I've been bringing in the Silver Ray of protection and clarity. But then because I was being all funky and crabby, I brought in the Midnight Indigo, which is for any shadow, dark nights of the soul. It's the darkest of the color line that I work with in my color healing. And so that was to help lift and move through that stuff that's coming up, and it's like literally left like a tacky like it's sticking to me on my shoulder. Like, you can't make that up. Let me see how everybody is doing. Yes, definitely matchy. Yeah, let us know if you want a card pull. Protection spray coming at you, Kelly, coming at you. Yeah, thank you. I was thinking that too this morning, I think on some level, and now I'm like knowing that I'm needing that to help give a little oomph. So yeah, in the video that I recorded and struggled to post, I was mentioning that we were pulling cards. I talked a little bit about some of the things I'm going to tell you about now, and the new moon special. So tomorrow is the new moon. Those of you with me on the empowerment pack know that the new moon reading is delivered to you, and I think a lot of powerful messages came through. We went deep there into all of this stuff. I did a 6-card spread plus the Queen of the Moon message, so 7-card spread full of messages in that video. So this special I'm offering for the 7/17 new moon for $17. The video, your personal card pull, as well as a bonus, which I'll explain in a second. It's actually a flashback to the full new moon reading I did in April. We had a solar eclipse in Aries, and the reason for that is because the messages, the energies that are coming in now are giving a wink back to that first eclipse in this series of eclipses that are a part of this very auspicious astrological event that's happening tomorrow just after the new moon. It is that the nodal shifts, the nodal lunar nodes are shifting. I was trying to say like 3 words at once there. The lunar nodes are shifting signs. And that is something that only happens every 18 months. So the lunar nodes are mathematical points that are drawn between the sun and the moon, and they're linked to our eclipse cycles. And so they sit opposite, north and south. And oh, that is so cute, Kelly. I love it. And they help to direct us in that the south reflects back on potential past life energy as well as from where we're coming, and then the north projecting into the future and where we are going. And so it matters, you know, when they change signs, what they're sitting in, then the energies take on those properties. So the north node is moving into the sign of Aries and the south node moving into the sign of Libra. So there's a whole host of things. Like I said, I get into that in this new moon reading. That was the end of that story, which was if you're interested in joining for that new moon special. I've been posting it all over the place. I know it's here in the event for today, for this live tonight. Just let me know. It's as simple as Venmo, PayPal to let me know that you're in, and I will get the readings to you, and then we'll be doing your personal card pull for the new moon. And with these shifts, there's a couple of these dates in time. So we're going back in time here. This is what I kind of alluded to in the card pull video tonight. Going back to April of this year, what was coming up around that new moon in Aries is going to be significant. So that's why there's a whole second reading included with the new moon this month that I'm providing. And more importantly, and where I'm stretching our brains back, we're taking a look back, is the last time that the nodes were in the signs of Aries and Libra was 2004. From 2004 to 2006 for 18 months. So the question is, where were you in 2004 and what was happening in your life? Because that gives us some breadcrumbs into what the next 18 months, the themes may be that are coming up that we're moving through. And I love when we can reflect back. So I got an opportunity to do my first collaboration this weekend with my beautiful friend Mila, evolutionary astrologer. She's a member of our group, but she's been in Bulgaria, so she's 7 hours ahead of us. So she's super bummed she hasn't been able to come to any of the lives, but she always watches the replay. On my YouTube channel, and I posted it on my social media today, is our chat from yesterday, which was so fun. And I really enjoyed that dynamic of getting to just spitball and chit chat about stars and cards. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. Sorry I'm not reading any comments either. I'm sorry, guys. I'm like, and so one of the things that came to me was in 2004, that's the year I got married. And so when I look back at my life back then and thinking about what tools do I have now that I didn't have then? Well, I certainly didn't have any of these tools. I had no children. Now I have 4, and I was joking, like, when we look at that time period and we can see that expansion and growth in our lives, I don't know that I could fit back in that wedding dress, for example, is what I was saying, but it's a metaphor for your 2004 self, that version of you to where you are now. So no matter what was happening in your life across those 18 months, it's a little look forward to where you stand now with all the tools, the knowledge, the experience, the growth, the healing, the expansion that you've experienced since then, that you now take with you into this new. So there's a lot more to these nodes. Like I said, I do go into it in the new moon reading. And I just brought all that out here just to kind of represent some of the energies that are coming up for us this week, starting now. But tomorrow, with this new moon in Cancer, the home, right? Being very much into home, family. There's a nurturing energy to this new moon that's about self, about coming home to yourself. So again, I talk about that in the reading. I talked about that yesterday with Mila. We really got into it. So if you're interested in knowing more, those options are out there for you. Coming in with that is our collective moon card that I've pulled for us. And what came forward is one I know we've seen before, is the purity card. So let me see some of the reflections here that I am not seeing. Ooh, Kelly, you just graduated high school in 2003. Okay, yep. Yeah, so reflecting back for sure. But yeah, coming home to yourself. And one of the things I mentioned was last week, of course, we had the turtle come up, and that's a theme that I've been seeing this month, the sea turtle a lot, and also, of course, the crab. So we're talking about the shell of being protected, of our home being on our back, but yet that soft, vulnerable underbelly. And so purity is kind of bringing us back into, and it gives us clean slate energy. With the new moon, this is a new opportunity for us to step into new versions of ourselves and looking at, again, what's coming with us and what's not. So this, and the other thing that's coming in here, like Aries being the beginning of the zodiac. So there's this very like childlike energy of like, we only know what we know, and, and that reminds me. So, in the hustle and bustle to get here tonight. So we did Chinese takeout. My husband was away again this weekend. They're still not back. Their plane's delayed again this weekend, like last weekend. So we had Chinese food, and there was one fortune cookie left on the table before I came up here. So I cracked it open to see the fortune. And the fortune says, one's mind, once stretched by a new idea, never regains its original dimensions. And I thought that was so perfect because on one hand, I joke about my wedding dress, but on the other hand, once we've stretched our minds and we've had the wisdom of experience, what we didn't know then, right? What you know fresh out of high school, Kelly, pales perhaps in comparison to what you know now, right? And all the experiences that you've had. And certainly for me, about wedded bliss and all the things, right? And all of it. So, with the chat yesterday with Mila, there was a lot coming up about our thoughts, our beliefs. That's really what's getting stretched here. It's very much in the mind and very much in energetic, not so much physical stuff as it is, what do you believe, or what beliefs have you been carrying that no longer fit? So this could not be more perfect. This was literally what we talked about. And the Six of Swords had come up, which is perfect, and really about what's going with us on this boat as we move forward. Again, I posted something about that today too, as like a little bit of a self-care Sunday, a little mindful minute about envisioning just kind of taking those swords representing our thoughts, our beliefs that are dragging us down or that no longer fit or there's no room on the boat for them, and gently letting them float away, right? Releasing them. Oh, you had Chinese too at your house, Chastity? Oh, that's good luck to get two fortunes in one cookie. Dolly's here. Oh, she's excited. Hi, Dolly. Oh my gosh, she is so cute. I love her. So a lot of breadcrumbs coming in about really stretching what you believe, what fits, what doesn't. And so then bring that into the Cancer new moon energy. So you're looking at your home, your family, your relationships, and again, what fits, what doesn't. There's this aspect again of being brave and courageous, and one of the things that had come up was like, Cancer representing the mother, and that mother energy oftentimes we don't have a problem being brave and courageous for our loved ones, but sometimes when it comes to ourselves, for standing up for ourselves or for boldly shining our own light, it could be a different story. So everything's bringing us back in here because it's all about getting it right in this house first, so that there's this ripple effect that goes out that then affects our life moving forward and the lives of everyone that we touch, of raising the vibration and bringing ourselves to that frequency, which in turn has that ripple effect for making all of those connections and for, everything that is a part of our family, which of course always means your people, right? All that's in your orbit. Hey, Colleen, welcome. Hey, girl. Hey. So, we will see more as it unfolds. Like I said, I'm going to record the recaps tomorrow on Sharecast. So I'll go, maybe elaborate on each of those things a little more. There's some great messages in the Queen of the Moon about the Purity card, but I'm really just feeling that clean slate, innocent energy too. Like, again, we only know what we know. We don't know what we don't know. But once we know what we know, there's no going back into that wedding dress. Well, maybe, I don't know. Who knows? It's possible. I'm not writing that off, but it's about, the version of us that's coming forward with us, right? 2004 you to you into the future, right? And beyond. So the next 18 months are going to be about these themes. So that's why the messages that came up in April, which is so cool. I didn't get to watch the whole thing yet, but when I went back and watched, of course, the Queen of the Moon card was self-love. And the whole theme of this new moon was about nurturing self, coming into self. So I love it. It never gets old. So it's really cool. And again, if you're interested in getting in on that offer, let me know. Okay, let's get into our 5 cards. Again, anybody who would like a card pull, please say so. We'll get you down there. But we're going to dive into our week ahead cards. So we've got the Tarot of Oneness. It's gorgeous. We kick it off with Monday, and it's the 3 of Cups. So, of course, water everywhere, right? Cups bringing us into the heart chakra, into our feels with this moon day, Cancer new moon. But it's also got us at the table with 3 of Cups representing our tribe, right? Being at the table in community. There's the number 3 of co-creation, of coming together in some way, that we're seeing this sort of kick off the week ahead. And it does remind me of, just this card has come up this month. And I know we talked about what is it like to sit across the table and just have a talk, just connect, just communicate with who's at the table, right? So this can be others who are in your life and those who you want to connect with. But also, I think it's kind of cool to picture having that conversation with aspects of you, circa 2004, back in April, you now, coming together and looking at having a chat about what was going on then, what's happening now, and kind of looking at it from this just, you're in a restaurant, right? We're not making a scene here. We're just having a talk. And it's enabling me to just be objective and just observe, versions of me, and understanding, what I knew then, what I know now, what I learned through all of that, things I did that even if it's a simpler time that I'm looking back to lovingly and nostalgically, or if it's something that there's regret or struggle or whatever comes up for you, being able to just sit with that and take a look at, what purpose all of that has served in preparing you for this moment, the tools that you now have to move into the new. So, but also on a practical level, definitely connecting with tribe, with your people, and having a lot of love and gratitude in your heart for all of them, which of course I know is the case here with a big old group hug. We had an awesome week this week where Mr. Robert got his new wheels. I'm so excited. It was so awesome to see the reel, and I loved Jen's post. I was feeling all the feels and appreciating every emoji, girl. So that gives me a little nod to that too, you know, the community and the coming together as well, and filling up each other's cups, and there being this abundance of all of that. So that's a beautiful message that's coming in too. So then Tuesday, coming in here with this nonsense for the potential blocker challenge. But that's okay, because the Eight of Swords tells us, again, there's something that we're missing. Our perspective is in some way limited, that we're viewing ourselves. And we've seen this card as well this month. We're seeing it from your perspective, looking down, right? So this is what you see. When you look down, you see your hands bound, right? You're seeing yourself as blocked, limited in some way. And again comes those pesky swords. This is about the head stuff. This is about the limiting beliefs, the thoughts, the ideas, the hamster wheel of things that we could be replaying that aren't serving us. And so that is the thing that gets in the way. Period, right? That's it. Like all the other stuff that we can come up with, the problem is, that's all just fleeting, you know, energy, in that we get redirected, things don't work out, you know, we have to try something else. But if we're starting from here, then the whole thing is bound from the beginning, right? So there's this energy of, oh yeah, that hamster wheel's got a squeaky squeaky son of a bitch, that hamster wheel. And, you know, it sounds, and it's something that's like, it happens. And how do we witness ourselves in that moment and think about, how do I get off of this wheel? I actually just had this conversation with myself before I came on here while I was like brushing my teeth. I was like, literally like, please, like, if you've showed me before, would you mind showing me again? And could you do so in just a direct, straightforward manner that's as painless as possible? Like, I was trying to be as precise as I could in my order, because, you know, this is getting old. So I feel this. And again, this is that one that just invites us to take a look from different angles. Sit down without judgment, shame, blame, or whatever is involved in the hamster wheel business, to just try to step back and take a look at things from different angles and dissect it in a way that enables us to just eliminate one of those swords at a time, one at a time, you know. And again, I really like that visualization of just sort of setting it overboard and watching it float away or sink. So, you know, this is suggesting this week, as far as potential blocks or challenges, it has to do with our own perceptions of our limitations, limited thinking, or playing small, or in some way believing that there's not enough. There could be lack-based, you know, mentalities and things coming in that might be keeping us from freeing ourselves. And so, but to me, that's empowering, because it means there is something that we can choose to do about it. And that was another message that came through yesterday in my chat with Mila. It was about growth and the mantra, I choose growth. So as for me, I choose growth. And so anything that is moving me in the direction of growth, then that's my first clue to continue in that direction. If it feels limited, if it feels bounding, like to me, then that's a clue that energy is not resonating with me. So then the midweek blessing is adorable and welcomed, because this is the Ace of Cups. And so I love the idea that on the other side of all this choppiness that's happening Monday, Tuesday, with the new moon, with the nodes shifting and all of it, it just feels like a little bit of a breath of fresh air, because there's this new cleansing energy coming in with a new offering. And again, this is bringing in love. It does look like a mermaid fin on screen. It's actually a dove. It's like the dove of peace. But you're right. I totally see it from here. It looks like a mermaid tail diving down in. Yes. But you see what you see, and however that speaks to you. It's a nod to the traditional tarot. The Ace of Cups has the dove, and of course we see and what's really cool is I know that she describes in the book that these 5 streams are our senses, the different senses, and the idea of connecting in with our feels and processing all of that. So there's a really beautiful new energy, and it's also, again, very innocent. This purity card, this can be like babies and pregnancies and new things. There's a very new, fresh energy to this. Hey, Kelly, welcome in. You're here. No worries. We're on Wednesday. Let us know if you want a card pull. Yeah, sea dreaming. Yep, but doves are cool too, right? We'll take peace. And again, I think there's like this purity energy too. And I think of that in terms of new beginnings for sure. I know that P word just slips out. I can't help it. It's what it says. And the lotus flowers too. The lotus is at the top, it's about, didn't get here without some mud and some muck in order to bloom again and come into the new, for sure. Hey, Savannah, welcome in. We're just moving through the week. We're just finishing up Wednesday. Let us know if you'd like a card pull. So Thursday, we have Action of Swords. So this is how we are growing. And I love this because this is going to be like the Knight of Swords, which to me is bringing in this action, right? Of being, and this is one of the other messages that was coming in with being really clear and direct in our communications, and being able to, express ourselves clearly and concisely. So again, this brings us into throat chakra energy of speaking our truth and kind of cutting through. But I love this version with this blue flag atop of the mountain. So again, I feel like that blue is bringing me into the throat chakra, and it's the 5th chakra, and I associate that with freedom, expression. So there's an energy of freedom, and I could go so much deeper, but like there's so much collectively that's going on with these nodes, especially because of the signs that they're in and how they, the energies that they're bringing in for us collectively, and the types of themes that we may see in our world and also, within our lives. And so this is speaking to that energy as well of about, there's a highlight on individuation, of being independent, again, of kind staking your claim. There's this energy of freedom and really like I said, like putting that flag on top of the mountain. So I'm feeling that energy as far as how we are growing. And like I said, I do get into that more in the new moon reading, where I kind of list all of the different highlighted overarching themes that we could see come up over the next 18 months in our world and in our little worlds as well. But I do feel this energy of this action of swords, using the swords, again, communication, freedom, directness, cutting through, standing in our authenticity, all of that. There's been so many messages coming up over the last several days from the readings and the conversations I've had with these swords that are about cutting away everything that's false, everything that's not authentic or serving us, about boundaries, about malleable boundaries, about the idea that sometimes those boundaries need to move. I mean, I know we've talked about this because it came up a couple of weeks ago about the idea that if I've grown, if I've changed, then so too may my boundaries, right? And they should, because perhaps something I used to be okay with or comfortable with actually no longer works for me. Or maybe I used to not see something or be okay with something that now I am. So we're really assessing those boundaries. And again, that flag is like, sort of drawing those lines and that perimeter around. So that has been a key theme as well. And that's going to bring you back into this energy of who's sitting at the table with us, right? Who we're connecting with and who on the same frequency with, that energy and knowing that, that does change, and it's okay for us to allow that to clear so that we can move forward with that clean slate energy, with that new. So then Friday, yes, we're all feeling this I know it's been a lot. So Friday, wrapping it all up, we have the Emperor. So it's bringing in the energy of 4. It's bringing in masculine energy. So this is like divine masculine father archetype. So we start out with all the feminine moon energy, the Cancer energy, the mother. And here we have the father archetype. But again, this is about strategy and planning. And I like new. Yes, there's definitely new coming in with this new moon. And there's so much, these changing of the guards with the nodes, like there's just a whole big shift. And I mean it. It's like when we look back at this, we're going to be able to fill in the blanks with all these things. And it's just like, when you wonder how like an entire collective shifts their consciousness and how do these massive sweeping things happen? They happen in a million different ways in our day to day, right? You don't see it because you're down here focusing here, but we're moving. We're moving. We can't tell always, right? But we're moving. So it's big. This is like a big deal. And I've been, learning more about it myself this week of really understanding how it all works. And in this conversation I had yesterday with Mila, it's just mind blowing because I love and respect astrology so much, but I'm just an enthusiast. I can't begin. And she can so I'm pulling cards, she's talking astrology, and it's all matching so perfectly. It's so cool. And so definitely check that out if you're interested to know more, because we were chatting all about that. But the energy of 4, interestingly, is one number that didn't come up yesterday. We kept having repeat numbers that were very significant, but 4 is that energy of stability and structure. So if we're talking about these major shifts in our structures, right, in our belief systems, in all of, so I'm seeing that energy coming in here on the big picture. And then, here again, we're seeing this pride. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I know what this is saying. Leo season. Leo season coming in right after. I think this is the 21st, Friday, right? The 22nd. It's Leo season, baby. That's what it is. So, Jen, it's our season. So, and all the other Leos, happy birthday. So there's a lot. Oh, and there's all kinds of stuff too with the astrology, things that are in Leo. Venus is going retrograde in Leo. So again, the masculine and the feminine kind of opposing energies being balanced. And I heard a really cool reference to, the energy of 4 is like 4 table legs, 4 in order to keep things balanced. And so there's this rebalancing, restructuring of things, but we're seeing like the masculine energy, the feminine energy. We see the pride here. So there's huge nods to all of that energy too, for sure. Yeah. Big lion energy. I love it. Yeah. I'm going back to Robert. Oh, good. What were you doing with your runes? Let me see. Your 5 rune cross you pulled. Amazing. Please share. Yes, share that. That would be awesome. I was thinking of you the other day because I saw somebody made something with runes and I was like, Robert needs to have that. I forget what it was. I'll have to look it back up again. Isn't that crazy? It's just you're tapping into energy and it can show up a million different ways with all these different tools from all these different perspectives, as big or as much into the microcosm as you go, and they all have an impact. So it's really crazy. I love it. It never gets old. Oh, good. Okay, she got Chastity. Got it. Okay, well, we've come to the end here of our 5 cards. Like I said, I will be expanding on all of these. And when's your birthday, Chastity? Did you just say? Let me go back. Next Sunday? Is it you or is it a child? Oh, your birthday's next Sunday. Yep, birthday week. Got it. Awesome. I'm excited for all these Leo birthdays. Awesome. Okay, guys, let's start the personal card polls. We'll see what comes up. Yeah, Jen, I was so excited that your next drop is going to be on your birthday. That'll be fun. I'm trying to figure out something to do for my birthday. Grow in the Flow turns 3 too in August. So, and my birthday is on 8/8 and I'm turning 44. So 4488 is feeling significant to me. And I was trying to think of like a special or something to do, and I'm stuck. Like I can't really figure out like what people would be interested in. So if anybody has any suggestions or thoughts, I would love to hear it, because I do like to do something for my birthday, but it hasn't immediately come to me, or knowing if there would be interest. You know, nobody wants to be at their party by themselves at the table with my party hat on, like. Let's see what's going on. Yes, that is going to be so fun. On the drop, room pull, new beginning, community, and support with the challenge of self-doubt and strength. Hello, that's perfect. I love it. Right, Jen? Isn't it significant? I know, just angel number 44 alone feels cool, but you know, the 4488 is feeling really good. I think Leo season starts on the 22nd, but it might be, yeah, that would be right at the end there for Harper. Yeah, because I feel like after the 21st, 22nd, it switches over to Virgo. Oh, Kelly, you're giving me birthday party ideas. I wish I was talking about specials for offers that I can do for tarot and oracle card readings and color healings. But that all sounds, okay, hold on a second. Escape room, axe throwing, bowling, roller skating. That all sounds fun. Yes. 88 was code for safety guy on the site and to make sure all your PPE was in order. See, there's certain numbers you'll never forget, right? I still wake up thinking about codes from when I was a waitress that went in the computer. For sure. 86 this, 86 that. All right, let me see. Who is first for the card pull? Kelly G. Okay, let's get in here. Where are my... Wait a minute. I didn't bring the deck upstairs. What do we do? We have to improvise. I didn't bring the deck up. I mean, if only you guys could see what I'm looking at. It's literally like a shop of decks, like it's a store. So there is no problem finding another deck, but we got to think about what we want to use. I have a lot of oracle decks right here. I'm going to use, I can't reach it from here. Let me see. Ooh, you know what? I know we like this one. We are going to use Tarot of the Cosmic Seed. I'm not going downstairs to get it. I could go get this other deck, but we like this one, so we can use this one. This is good. I brought the book. I didn't bring the deck. It's downstairs. I don't want my children to see me because then they'll think they can talk to me. All right. Whew. Let me put this on again. Everything has meaning. All right, Kelly. We are going to get into it with the Tarot of the Cosmic Seed. Now, what that means is the same card that's already here could come up. So that would amplify that energy for you this week for sure. New moon. New moon. All right. Blame it on the moon. Let's see what's coming up here for you, Kelly. What is coming up for Kelly? Ace of Coins. Okay, so that is bringing you into new beginnings and messages coming in around the coins suit, the pentacles. So that's going to be money, material, wealth, and safety, security, you know, root chakra stuff, you know, base energy stuff. Ooh, are these your colors? They're beautiful. I love, this is another beautiful deck. So this is like the new arrival of, it can be, you know, money, safety, security. Yes, feeling grounded, or having an opportunity to get grounded, and, you know, really connecting in with earth and nature. That was another big thing that's been coming up about, you know, if we are in the head, if there's all this swordsy activity going on, the best thing we can do is get grounded, get in nature, get present, you know. So if we're feeling like we need more sense of safety and security, that could be a practice too, to get outside, to get in nature as much as you can. Get your feet on the ground, you know, feeling grounded, and know that you are safe and secure. And that is a message that comes with the Cancer crab, like I said, of yes, that soft underbelly. Thank you, Billy. See, you got it. You heard me. Have you ever seen the meme that has Milli Vanilli like looking like, and it says like their reaction to everybody like being on TikTok now, like basically lip syncing and getting credit for it and saying like, that ain't right. So, you know, there's this sense of new opportunities coming in the realm of the root chakra. That's what I'm feeling for you, is more like this, again, feeling safe and secure. Cancer crab, you know, feeling vulnerable, right? But knowing that you are protected, and knowing that you can call on that protection at any time. In fact, if you have seen your new moon reading yet, you know that angel number 44 came up, and that was all about, and I expand on that in the report, about the energies of angel number 44 and what that means about you being protected and safe and able to bring that in as well. And you see how, well, in the traditional tarot, it's like this hand is offering it, so it's sort of like coming from nowhere, seemingly out of nowhere. So it's an opportunity that comes in for sure. Whoop. Whoops. No. 44. Yes, that was an energy that came in throughout the new moon reading. So new opportunities for safety, security, and wellness within those base needs. And in the base is what I'm feeling there for you with this energy coming in, which combined with the Ace of Cups is beautiful, you know, because it's bringing in the feels, and it's bringing in the feels as far as what we tangibly can see in our physical surroundings, but also what we're feeling energetically. Ace of Cups and Ace of Pentacles coming in. And Ace of Cups was our midweek blessing. So that's around Wednesday, that type of energy coming in for you. Yes. Okay. Chastity is next. Let's see what is coming up for you on your birthday week. Let's see what we have here. I'm excited because I'm like expecting cards to come up from the other deck, and I love this deck too. All things work out. What did I? Oh, there was a card down there that I didn't realize. So we've got the Messenger of Swords. So I'm pretty sure. Let me see who the messengers are in here, because that might be a double. I'm not sure if the messenger is page or knight. It's page. Okay, so we've got a Knight of Swords, and now you got the Page of Swords coming up. So Page of Swords, we'll just get this out of the way. 44. That is going to be a youthful energy. So that can be the little people, the young people in our life. But also like something new, like a new idea or novel idea coming onto the scene. A messenger, bringing in new energy of curiosity, communication. So that can be like getting a message or something being communicated to you. New ideas. Again, the swords are our thoughts, our ideas. It's in the head. So it's like an aha. It's a clarity that comes in. And I would say that because I feel that between the two, like the action of swords and the Page of Swords, messenger, action. This is how we're growing. This is what's coming in for you. And look, we have this kind of like global energy, and there's that North Star. So that says to me sort of like a compass. What is that called? The compass rose. It's sort of like something that you have been aiming for, or something that you know, something that is like a wish or like a goal of yours that you're looking at that's expansive. It could be a big thing in your life that you're wanting to bring in. an aha moment. Okay, yeah, that's what I get. An aha moment, an idea of how to take action on that thing, how to take action on it and claim it. See, stick that, boop, that's mine, claiming it. So this big thing, this big dream, this big idea, this big lofty thing that's out there, what is your yes, but the problem is that comes in between? That's the thing that we're cutting out and we're staking a claim in it, right? So there's this energy of bringing in aha and an action step to take for you. So some new mental action happening this week of like maybe clearing out some things to make room for new, like ping, to come in is what I'm feeling there for you. So that's pretty cool. I like that. Big ideas and big action happening. Oh, good, Kelly. I'm glad that that resonated for you. Awesome. Okay, Chloe is next. Let's see what we have coming up for you, Chloe. I like it. I like it a lot. Claim it. Another big message in my chat yesterday with Mila was the time is now. Time's up. Time is now. So that we've had this long period of like patience, planning, you know, kind of figuring it out, reflecting, and now things are shaking up to start moving forward. All right, what's coming up here for you, Chloe? Ooh, the High Priestess. Yes, look at that. Awesome. So we have this connection in with your wise self, with your higher self. And, oh yeah, that's the pomegranate on top of the book. Yeah, so there's a lot of wisdom to be gleaned here. And so as we talk about all of this reflecting back and connecting with different versions of you at the table, coming together, look back to 2004 to 2006, thinking about, you know, all that you have come through and the wisdom that you have gleaned through all of that and the tools that you now have to use. And that's something that's definitely very abundant, like that you have a wealth of tools, a wealth of knowledge to bring forward into the new for what you're creating in your life. And so, you know, another big reminder that came forward in the cards yesterday when we had our chat was about your higher self is there, standing right beside you, right there at any time that you can connect in with when we are needing. And I'm seeing too, yeah, it's like snake or serpent energy too. So there's like a really beautiful, I mean, that's how I'm seeing it, but it's like shedding the skins of the soul is how I see that, like shedding skins and releasing. And again, back to our fortune cookie, you know, when we expand our mind, when we glean this knowledge, this awareness, this perspective, there's no going back and playing small and fitting small, because she says, what are you asking me for? You already know. I always say, if your higher self is sassy, and I know your higher self is sassy. So she would say, what are you asking me for? You already know. So there's definitely this connection in with your wise self, with this knowingness. And so when you have something that you're aware of that you are to be doing, or a path that you're on, or decisions you're making, the other stuff that comes in that might slow you down or naysay or whatever, that's this energy, that's just emotion. That's ego. That's not your wise self talking. So she's here to help you to clear away any of that energy, right? I know it's hard to imagine Chloe having a sassy higher self, but I'm willing to bet that that's the case. Yes, the pomegranate for sure. Now, I don't know if this deck does the same thing as this one with the, no, I don't think it does. Like the symbolism of, I mean, I know the pomegranate is from the traditional, yeah. So in fact, when the high priestess is challenged, blocker challenge, the key words are blocked intuition, lack of self-trust, and ungrounded. So anytime those things come in, that's not you. That's not real. right? That is perception. That is ego. That is shadow. So those three key words: blocked intuition, lack of self-trust, and ungrounded. Those are our red flags that we need to come into self, is what that's saying to me, for sure. Yeah. Beautiful. You know what you know. Okay, Nicole. Oop, let me get this back in there. Card for Nicole. Let's see what is coming up for you. Ooh, that one just flipped right over. Ooh, you got the double double, and it's 4-4. So you got this amazing version of the Emperor, Sacred Masculine. So you've got double masculine energy coming in with the Emperor. And I feel like you get the Emperor like often enough, you know, like I know that you've gotten this card in different occasions. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? So Sacred Masculine, right? Double. So also take that into your new moon reading with the empowerment pack and the 4-4 energy coming in with this new moon, and all of those messages amplified for you right here. So let me see, because that is such a gorgeous version. So coming into the Sacred Masculine, action, expansion, and growth. Wow, like those are the key words that I've been saying for the past 4 days. Like, oh, 4 days. The past 4 days, those are the words that are coming in with taking action, expansion, and growth. I choose growth. And also, that's the card, one of the cards that came up at the end of our chat yesterday with Mila was the growth card. And it's the one that says, be courageous and you will blossom. So this is bringing in the masculine energy. So we know that's the fire, the yang, the taking action. And it's the spark. It's active, life-giving energy. So it's a card that represents a level of emotional strength, the devotion of the spiritual warrior, and a provider and protector. Now that is so interesting because the spiritual warrior is a term that's coming up with this moon of connecting in with your inner warrior, right? Using all of your tools, all of your wisdom to arm yourself as you move into the new. And I just, yeah, he's got on one of those beautiful like bone breast plates there, I guess, or, you know, I'm not using the right term, but that's just so beautiful. And this energy of being, again, protected and safe, to take action, right? To do the thing. That's really beautiful. This energy activates and ignites. So you're being asked to empower yourself and others. Perfect for you. I love that. So yeah, it's go time. That's what I'm saying. The time is now. It's coming up. All that we've been preparing for, planning for. Remember, I always say about the Emperor that he doesn't make a move that he doesn't know will be successful. Very strategic, like playing chess, playing the long game, but it's getting now to taking the action. And that's what we're seeing here with this action of swords and coming into this idea of going for it. So that is definitely ringing in for you. I love it. That's beautiful. And the bird, right? Is that a hawk? I think it would be a hawk, or a falcon, or a hawk. So beautiful. Yeah. I would love if this deck said, and I love to know what some of these things are. It's so cool to have like the little peek behind the scenes of what the artwork is bringing in as well. But we leave that up to our interpretation for sure. Yes, go for it, girl, go. I love it. Okay. Yeah, that bird is definitely giving some wisdom and spreading your wings. And I also see the hawk as like observation. If I took it as a hawk, but I see it as like seeing the big picture, but also being able to see those fine details. Oh, no worries, Jen. I see it. It's Deidre's turn. Let's see what's coming up for you. Maker of my amazing pendant. I love. Yes, spread those wings. Let's see what's coming up for you. Ooh, okay. I know that that's going to be the Three of Swords. So, the Three of Swords is about some type of thing that we are grieving or mourning, or in some cases feeling sort of like stabbed in the heart, you know, that kind of energy. Like it's something that has hit us in the feels. Let's put it that way. It's hit us in the feels. But you see that beautiful rose that's blooming from it. So these things that come in and, you know, cut us off at the pass actually can serve great purpose for growth, as we know, right? And so all of our experiences are happening for us, and they're giving us an opportunity to grow and expand. And so things that can sting initially can come in and actually bring forward the most growth, the most beautiful growth that we can bloom into. Is just the first things I'm getting there looking at that, but I want to see what she says, because I love how she gives us like these 3 key words to kind of focus on what's coming in. Yeah, sorrow, heartbreak, and separation. Okay. Yeah. So it's talking about and those emotions can be intense, right? And I mean, there's 3 swords, ladies. So there's 3 swords. We see that energy coming in here, but like I said, there's new growth coming through, right? Intense emotions of hurt or loss, often inflicted by others' words or actions. Allow yourself to feel the emotions so that you can heal. This too shall pass. Be gentle with yourself and explore forgiveness. So of course, what that has to do with, again, is you're stepping into that higher vibration. Yeah. So you're feeling this energy and understanding that, I mean, this is a beautiful depiction, because I'm not even up. I mean, I already know that blossoming is going to be beautiful. I already know that this cutting us and coming in here like this is actually something that leads to a beautiful expansion and growth. So and again, she says it right there, like I say, you have to feel it to heal it, right? And so here we are. What are we doing? We're coming inside. We're coming into the heart, Cancer, new moon. We're feeling all the feels, the deep feels that come in. Again, looking at all of that's healing within us, and then coming out of us, right? Yes, and definitely, Robert, coming out stronger. And that's one of the beautiful messages of the rose, actually, messages that I've shared before about the 5 stages of the rose's life cycle that it must go through in order to bloom again, bigger and bolder. So in order for those roses to come back year after year, they have to go into that period of dying, right? And going dormant and moving through all of those processes. So it's rebirth is what it really is. It's on the other side of the death of something. The end of something is a rebirth and a reblossoming is what I'm feeling there. So yeah, it's just this too shall pass, moving through the feels, which is like where we're at. So, I mean, I feel that that's definitely coming in for you for sure. So there's always, you know, traditionally we know the tarot shows it with like a storm clouds, and, you know, it's what's necessary for the rainbow. And what were we singing? Blame it on the rain. Billy, I was saying blame it on the moon, blame it on the rain, but the rainbow will come, right? So it's beautiful. Yeah. After the rain. Who sings After the Rain? Who knows? Who knows who sings After the Rain? After the rain. I'm going to be really impressed. And I'm expecting Debbie to know. And I bet you she's next. Yes, girl, I knew it. I knew it. Yes. Nelson. The Nelson twins. Jen's like, oh yeah. After the rain. Yep, love them twins. So blonde. Rob doesn't know. What do you mean? That wasn't your style, Rob? You weren't into that? I don't even know what we would call that music back then. It wasn't like there was like pop. I guess there was pop, yeah, because of the 80s there was pop. But I mean, like, it was like, I don't know what you would have called that genre. Milli Vanilli, Nelson. I don't know. It was in the top 40s. You still own the CD. I'm impressed that you have a CD. I feel like I might have had that on like a single. I definitely had the Milli Vanilli. I think it was a cassette. It was a cassette. Pop. Okay, is that what we would have called it? I don't remember, like, what we would have described it. Well, okay, Metallica and that for me was a little bit, I think a little after that. Middle school and on, yeah. And is Debbie next? Is my prediction correct? Okay. Yeah, well, see, I feel like back then there was less blur, but I mean, they were definitely different genres, but like, yeah, it was cool to like everything except country. That was it. Everybody could like everything but country. That's how I remember it. All right, Debbie, let's see what's coming up for you. Let's see what we have coming up for you, Debbie. Garth Brooks. Yeah, no, I did. I kind of went through a little country phase in high school. But I'm thinking of the Nelson days. I was not there for the my mom listened to country music. So all right, Debbie. What's coming forward for you? Ooh, there it is. Ooh, there it is. Oh, yeah, Johnny Cash. So you've got the 5 of Wands. Stirring the poop. So 5 of Wands is my poop stirring card, right? That's that energy of competing energy, of things competing. And actually, like, what I'm feeling here with the snake and the wands actually being like our sparks and our creativity and our passion or our work and taking action, like having them all sort of the way that they're all there's competing energies here. So, you know, how might that be showing up for you in the way of it being about just you? Like sometimes this is about multiple people sort of scrambling to be on top or competition or things, but I kind of feel like it's like competing energies for you of like, and it could even be in like a way of like all this like, you know, ideas or sparks or things coming in or projects or thoughts that are kind of all coming in and maybe competing for front stage there, you know, is how I could kind of feel that energy coming in. The 5 is a key number with all of these energies. And yesterday was coming up a lot. Again, freedom, expansion, change, expression, the rebel, you know, all the energies of 5. Okay, yeah, new opportunities presenting, lots of options in like a good way, right? I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just a lot, right? For us to sort of to really get clear, right? To get clear. So peeling away all of the extra to get to that clarity, which again, it can feel like, look at all those ideas, look at all those options. They're all just laying at your feet, just waiting for you to take a step in whichever direction, right? Yes, of course, Tupac. I see what you're saying there, Billy. But that's an amazing problem to have, right? It's not a problem. It's beautiful that, you know, there's new opportunities coming in. So, but it can cause tension and in competition as far as in your way of making decisions. So the antidote to when there is any kind of conflict or inclarity there would be to allow for diverse opinions and implementing a clear strategy. So that's this guy. You know, this is the emperor who I said never makes a move that he doesn't know will be successful. He's very strategic, very analytical, and kind of looks at all the angles and decides, you know, where to. So I feel this energy of, you know, getting really clear on how each of those options feel, right? And so not all in here. These are wands. They're not swords. That would be all up in here, the swords, the 8 of swords up in here. They're wands, feeling it like in your gut, you know, like feeling, how does it make you feel when you actually, you know, take one of those wands and pick them up and pursue that opportunity and allow yourself to kind of feel what that opportunity is. And then what rings most true for you? What feels most at home? With which wand do you feel most at home? And using that as your determining factor, not so much, you know, the analysis of things, and really using that to feel into it. And also what I love about this one too is like her eyes are covered. This isn't about what makes logical, what I see with my eyes. I'm feeling in here, right? So it's clean slate energy. And I love this because it's like that freshly fallen snow that doesn't have any footprints on it yet. I haven't taken that path yet. This is something new that lights me up, that I'm excited about, that I feel that excitement. And then I take that step without even being able to see or know for sure, you know, but it's wonderful that you're already feeling that you can't make a wrong decision. So that's beautiful, you know. Get out of your head. Yes. Good. Yeah. Just practice with it. Just practice with it. You know, like I said, you can, in whatever way, you know, resonates for you, to visualize, if you had to name these 5 wands, what are they, right? And just sort of imagine yourself just pulling one of them out and sitting with that and feeling it and seeing how it feels. Not thinking about the other wands, just that one at a time, and just kind of like take it from there. And you can do that in whatever way. You can journal it. You could talk about it to yourself, you know, whatever, record, whatever works for you, to just sort of dabble in that for sure. Okay, Kat is next. Hello, Kat. Let's see what is coming up for you. Awesome, Debbie. You're welcome. Yeah, that's tough for most of us, Billy. And I mean, I think there's something to do with the overthinking there as well. Being in our heads, stepping out of that and just trying to feel our way. All right, Kat, let's see what's coming up for you. Okay, we've got the 4 of Cups. So yeah, we are getting the 4s tonight. So this is a beautiful version of that, where again, we see this like as if out of nowhere, this offering that's here, but she doesn't see it, right? Because she's sort of looking in a different direction. And the 4 of Cups often speaks to things where we're feeling a little discontent, boredom, apathy, unenthused with these cups that we have, that we're working with. So, you know, she's got these 3 cups, but she's just not even really paying attention because it's sort of like zoning out, you know, like numbing out a little bit. But in so doing, we might miss, there is actually a 4th option. There's something else there to be seen that's being offered to us. And I think the fact that we also have this beautiful Ace of Cups is that same idea of like this hand coming in and offering you something. There's this beautiful offer of newness coming in, and it's something that, you know, helps to light you up a little bit, maybe like little psh, 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 like snap out of it kind of energy. You're waiting for someone to come in. Yeah, so okay, so you're focusing on what? Gotcha. Yeah, so like, shouldn't somebody be distracting me right now, as a matter of fact? Waiting for that other shoe to drop, right? Let's see what she says about the 4 of Cups here. Yeah, distraction, discernment, contemplation. Is your cup already full, or are you just bored or feeling dissatisfied? Waiting for a sign? Be discerning about what serves you best. So I like how, we see that she's kind of like back up against the tree. So she is just like, doesn't look like she's taking a lot of movement or action. She's just sort of sitting there, right? And so there is this energy of getting into contemplation about something, or getting some discernment around something that's, maybe hasn't been clear, or that you've even just been like, I don't know if it's avoiding, or just like, not really either able to or have given an attention to. There's something that you can put your attention into that can then lead to that action, taking an action step. So something, and that something could get you up, moving, right? It could light a little boop under you to get up out from under that tree and inspire you, or motivate you, or in some way move you. So it's like looking for those hidden blessings, or looking for, again, what perceptions do we have that have us feeling like our options are few, our options are limited, and none of them are really great, or, impressive, or, creating a lot of excitement. So what else could there be just there that, we would be able to, get you moving and maybe a little inspired? So I don't know, but why is it so quiet? You're waiting for someone to come in, right? Yeah, so something must be wrong. But yes, so really like thinking about, what is that fourth cup for you? What is that, whatever these three cups represent for you, what might that fourth cup be just on the other side, just out of your peripheral vision, that when we open up, we look and see something. So that's what we have coming up for you with that Four of Cups. You know what's funny? Nobody's coming in here, but my family is distracting me right now while I try to talk to you, because I'm getting peppered with texts of my husband reporting my daughter in the bathroom at the airport. I'm like, really? Like, I'm sorry. Like, they're distracting me on my phone. Oh, there you go. Now you got distracted too. I'm sorry. It's like flashing by, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Aw, baby girl scream. Aw. Oh, no worries. Go back and replay it. Think about your fourth cup. It's inevitable. It is inevitable. Oh my gosh. They're sitting at the airport bored. Okay. Aw. She's screaming for you. Oh, Colleen is next. I see it now. All right, Colleen. Thank you. Let's see what is coming up for you, lady. What is coming up here for Colleen? You're welcome, Kat. Or did I pick that up upside down? Ooh. Ooh, you got the world. Look at that gorgeousness. Wow. That is so beautiful. The world. Card 21. So, we're no whammies. This is amazing. I love that. She's gorgeous. And I don't know if those are magnolias or what, but that is just beautiful. And I think she's holding like a feather fan. I mean, like, it's really beautiful. The completion of a cycle, right? Of coming into wholeness. And I mean, she gave me total like matriarchal vibes, like totally gives me like this wise woman, confident too, like stepping into and owning it kind of energy is what I was feeling when I saw her. But the world is, beautiful because we're ending, we've just come through this moon cycle and now we're starting new. And that's what happens with the world. And then, yeah, grandmotherly, definitely. I don't like the word crone to describe you, Colleen. That doesn't feel right for me, but definitely the wisdom of grandmotherly. Yes. Let's see what we have here. So, contemplation, wholeness, and potential. Life is a cyclical experience. So as the world turns, so do our lives. Something in your life has reached a meaningful completion or soon will. There is a sense of fulfillment. It is time to harvest the fruits of your labor. Celebrate this moment in your journey, for it also signifies the beginning of a new one. This card also shares the message that the world is in your hands. Use your potential wisely. And the world card can also indicate travel too. So yeah, coming into completion, coming into wholeness, and coming into stepping into and owning your wisdom. And again, take us back to 2004. Look at how far you have come. You're right, crone is okay. It's a beautiful acknowledgement of an absolute embodiment of earned wisdom, right, and experience for sure. But I didn't get that with, she was just like, I just felt this mature wisdom energy being embodied here. But definitely like coming full circle into and stepping into and owning that. And again, using some of these timelines for reference because we're talking about the energies coming in from that 2004, 2006 time period, the last time the nodes were in these signs that they're going to be moving into tomorrow for the next 18 months. So really coming through these cycles and each time picking up wisdom and gleaning knowledge and perspective and tools and, all of that. And it's like, I love how her arms are just that beautiful purple shawl or whatever that is hanging over her arms, just again giving me like this intuitive and wise energy, like really stepping into that. So that's really beautiful energy to really be taking a look at as this new cycle begins, in what way you can embrace that energy coming in for you and how it's showing up for you, and really recognizing all that you've picked up along the way, all these tools that you have now. It's like I said, like if I think back to when I was 2004, like none of this existed. I didn't know about any of this stuff. Like just even having all that, in my arms is amazing. So bring into that all the other beautiful things that you have brought into your life since then. It's amazing. So I love that energy for you for sure. Hey, Erin, welcome. We are on to the card pulls, so let us know if you want one, and I will be doing a recap of all of these cards tomorrow on my Sharecast on Marco Polo. Okay, Savannah, you are next. Let's see what's coming up for you. One card here for Savannah. Let's see. That's a 3 of coins that winked, but I'm still shuffling. Yes, we've all built a toolbox of experiences, and sometimes we have tools we didn't even realize we have. And that's all part of like that 3 of Swords message, to see like in what way some things that showed up in like yucky packaging actually ended up revealing some really beautiful tools. Okay, card for Savannah. Ooh, a lot of court cards tonight. Messenger of Wands. So this is Page of Wands. And okay, I know for sure this is one of the cards that came up. Okay, this is I'm not going to say weird. Of course it is. Of course it is. So I mentioned at the beginning that the new moon special that I'm offering includes a flashback to the full reading I did at the new moon in April. Well, it turns out April is the month when I used this deck. And this card came up in that reading that is included for you to watch now, so you can look at those messages that came up and see, how those things have been playing out for you since April, but also as sort of like breadcrumbs to what the next 18 months energy is bringing in for you with all of this that's coming forward. And so, Robert, you're going to remember this. I had said about him that whole, the commercial with the pigs with the wee out the window with like the little pinwheel. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, wait a minute, I just saw this card. It's because it's in the April reading. So Empowerment Pack peeps, this link is already with the video. So when you look at the video on YouTube, in the description, there's a link back to this video from April. This is one of the cards that came up, and now I'm super curious what position it was in and what the message was. But let's come into you, Savannah. You've got the Page of Wands coming in here. So pages, youthful energy, new energy, right? Novice energy, wands, fire, which is all of that sacral chakra, our passions, our sparks, our ideas, our work in the world. And so sort of, you know, getting inspired. There's an energy of like inspiration coming in there. I know I can't not see that as a pinwheel, but it's not, you know, it's like a wand or a scepter kind of a thing, but definitely seeing the pinwheels there. Yes, the synchronicities are off the hook, and they never, like, it just goes on and on and on. Like, it's fascinating. I love it. It never gets old for me. But we can't make up that I forgot to bring the deck up here, and then I just ended up picking the same deck that was from April, and the energy that's coming in now is a flashback to April. So there's that. Messenger of Wands, inspiration, keyword, inspiration, energetic, and potential. Messages from the fire element. So it's an exciting new journey or project. Yes. So it's the new beginning of a project or an exciting journey. Yes. We've got full baguettes coming in here, Billy. Follow through with your creative energy. Follow through with your creative energy. A person who is open to new experiences. So sparks, ideas, inspirations. Now it's bringing you into the taking of action, right? Of taking steps in that direction. So yes, great. This is speaking to you. And I feel, again, these court cards coming up together tonight. So that's also speaking to this action of swords, which I didn't look yet in the book for that one. So I am going to look because I just want to see what else is coming up that's going to really light that fire under your tush for that inspired action. Okay. Ambition, driven to succeed, fast thinking, using your intellect to achieve your goals, action-oriented, highly motivated, dive right in, well-developed communication skills. So helping, again, like this card was tied into the throat chakra, speaking our truth, expressing ourselves, right? So there's that energy. And of course he's wearing a blue suit as well. So we're definitely getting that nod to the blue, which brings me into the throat chakra for sure. So expressing. So we've got all the ideas. We have all the inspiration. We have all the sparks. Now we express it. So yeah, spoken, but also just expressed. To me, that's giving like expressing it, right? So that's really beautiful. The flag on the mountain peak. So this speaks to all of us because we talked about that flag. The flag on the mountain peak represents your ultimate goal. It is the target in which you hone in with laser focus. Yes, we talked about that, the full moon in Capricorn this month. Where your focus goes, energy flows. So this was a huge message that came up yesterday in that collaborative video I was mentioning with Mila, where we had all of this Empress energy and planting seeds and bringing it all forward. So what are we focusing on? So beautiful growth and expansion energy definitely coming in for you. I love that. Go for it. Do it. Say it. I love it. Okay. Kelly. Kelly Harrison is next. Let's see what we have coming up for you. Madonna, express yourself. Yes. Even a little extreme, more than words, right? We can express ourselves in all kinds of ways. You're welcome, Savannah. Who's winking at me? I was the 4 of coins. Let's see what's coming in here for you, Kelly. Make sure everything in here. I must be picking it up upside down. Ooh, it's the Four of Cups again. Oh, some of them are backwards. Okay, so we've got this Four of Cups coming in. I'm going to pull another card to clarify because we just really got into this card about distraction, discontentment, being unenthused with our 3 cups that are in front of us that don't see perhaps that 4th cup. So what do we need to know about that energy coming in for you? Disenchanted with those cups. Oh, we got the High Priestess. Do you have a sassy higher self too? Because she says, what are you asking me for? You already know. Like, I don't want to. I don't want to look at that cup. She's like, here it is. It's already there. You're asking, and it's right there, just behind the tree. So, you know, this energy brings in an aspect of something that we're not seeing there, right? Because, again, and sometimes it can just be, we just kind of go into neutral because there's a lot going on with those cups, and it's just not, you know, we're not feeling enthused about it, but it's just, you know, it's where we've been at, you know, that's just energetically where we've been at. But this is asking us to raise the bar a little bit and raise up the energy to something new that's coming in. And I mean, that's our midweek blessing. So our midweek blessing is a new cup, 1 cup new coming in and offering to you something that comes in to help birth something new in your life, to really, like, I feel like it's like reinvigorating. It's re-energizing. This is kind of drab, you know, it's just kind of like ho-hum, me and my 3 cups. But there's that 4th cup and it's coming in. Like, I feel like, you know, this feels very connected, and your higher self is showing you that, you know, this is something that is available to you, but the action on your part is looking up and out, right? Up and out, because this potential blocker challenge keeps us from seeing potential, keeps us from seeing opportunities that we don't realize are just there on the other side. Because if we have that downward focus, or, you know, and that can be for a million reasons, of obligation and responsibility and a lot of other things, that it's saying, okay, the yes, but, right? We're saying, this is a new cycle. What's coming with and what's not, and in what ways can we look for opportunities that are just over our shoulder, right? You can just laugh. So you do have a sassy higher self and her sense of humor bringing all this through for you. So I think that's to say you might know what's up with the cups. But it looks like there's some new perspectives coming in for you that are coming from that wise place. And it does feel refreshing and invigorating, and just sort of getting you into action. Again, getting you up out from under that tree too. So good. I'm glad you're feeling it. Love it. All right. Okay, Billy Joe is next. Let's see what is coming up for you. Great. I'm so glad that resonated, Kelly. I love it when we all bring in like similar energies, because it just shows how we're all vibing on this frequency together, moving through it all. All right, what's coming up for Billy? Ooh, the Star. Beautiful. Look at that. So that is the card of wishes, of hope, of healing, of renewal. But look how gorgeous. I feel like, I don't know if you've gotten this before, but I'm locking in on seeing this as the pearl, you know? And so I always like to say about, you know, these things that we set our sights on, that we're wishing for, hoping for, and understanding, again, the pearl and the process of cultivating that, taking a lot of time. Okay, I wasn't sure, but I know I've told you this about the pearl before, but about this card, I see it as, I've just got my attention that what's here depicted as like that star, like the star that we're looking to, that we're connecting with as far as what we're wishing for and hoping for, we're healing and renewing in our life. It's giving me that pearl energy, which is like, again, what it takes to cultivate that pearl is grit, irritation, right? The aggravation of the sand in the shell that creates this beautiful pearl over time. So, and pearls of wisdom, right? So we really have been bringing it into, what do I know now that I didn't know then, right? Our fortune said, one's mind, once stretched by new ideas, never regains its original dimensions. And I locked into her beautiful hair wrap right here because I felt like that hair was representing wisdom and strength as well. Like, so it's like these pearls of wisdom, right? And this what we're bringing forward now. And this is card 17. So we're talking about 18. No, well, it's in the range of 17 years because I know 2004 to 2006, and I had my first child in 2005, and she's 17. So it's sort of like, again, reflecting back on this span of time for you and looking at all that has come into your life through that trajectory is what I was feeling there with the 17. Let me just see what we have in here. That's right. You can't have the good without the tough. It's all a part of. Also, the stars need the dark to shine, right? Renewal, rebirth, and inspiration. What is emerging for you right now? What is ripe? You are aware or awakening to the magic and the beauty that you are. The star is about coming out of the darkness by realizing that you are the light. What is the highest vision for your life and for the world? Let your actions, words, and thoughts lead from this vision every single day. Luxuriate in the divine that you are. I love it. That is beautiful. That is definitely what we're talking about, is looking at you being the light in the dark. You know, the star was with you all along, my dear, right? But it's like cultivating these pearls of wisdom to own that, to know that, to step into that, right? So that's beautiful. So renewal, rebirth, and inspiration. Yes, that is amazing. I love that for you. And I love those colors too. Fabulous. Okay. Let me see. You gave me the roll call. Erin, Rob, and Jen. Okay. So this is for Erin. See what is coming up for you. Card for Erin. Okay, so you've got the Mastery of Swords. So that is going to be the King of Swords. And we also have, we ended up using 2 decks because I forgot to bring the one up, Erin. So that's why they're a little different in their style, but equally in their message. This is the Action of Swords, and this is the Mastery of Swords. So the Mastery of Swords, let's just take him in for a sec. Mastery of Swords is coming in here. The swords, of course, being about our thoughts, our beliefs, very much in the head, our ideas. And this is how we're growing, which is taking some action and expanding in our life and claiming things, cutting through anything that's in our way, even if it's old beliefs and limiting beliefs that we're holding. So, you know, this is we're building up to this new moon in Cancer tomorrow, which is bringing us into our homes, our families, nurturing and coming into self. And I see that like, he's kind of like looking down too. So this is interesting. I want to see her take on this King of Swords, because on one hand, I know, you know, we would say that the King of Swords doesn't get very emotional, very steady in being able to decipher between, you know, and being direct. But this is a beautiful card, and I want to see what her take is here on this. It's the Mastery of Swords. Okay. Yeah. Authority, rules, and intellectual. So it is about intellectual power and courage. Courage is a key word with this new moon, about having the courage to step into our power and to be our most authentic self. And that's why this is very King of Swords as well, this energy, spiritual protection of cutting through the emotion. So that's water with this hand coming through powerfully with this sword. So that's like, you know, feeling all the depths of feels, because this is Cancer season, because we all have varying degrees of sensitivities and ways that we move through the waves of emotion that come about, right? And so the King of Swords, or the Mastery of Swords, is about tempering all of that and bringing ourselves into, oh, okay, no problem, Billy. Good night. Give Miss Erin a little kissy. Maybe it's a new moon, mama. We're all feeling it. Yes, a lot of emotions this week, and maybe a wild extreme from one point of thinking of clarity and direction to things coming in and sort of washing that out and having to get our bearings. And so mastering that is the process of bringing that into clarity, right? And not getting lost in all of it, and being able to sort of use those things to, and it's speaking to intellect, or being able to decipher between emotions and feels and then what we know. And so using logic in your current situation, you may need to be stern. So that's the thing. King of Swords doesn't mince words, very direct, stern, with authority. A brilliant person with mental clarity, high ethical standards. So yeah, the king embodies all of the best of, you know, the embodiment of the swords, which is, again, being very clear in our communication of what we need, what we can do and what we can't do, you know, all of that. So, you know, perhaps some of the things we were talking about earlier about this new moon and these energies that are coming in this week is about looking at the tools that we have in front of us. And I see that, like, he's kind of like holding his little dagger here. And I just feel like, you know, it's sort of like using what you have around you to bring all of that together to influence change in your life, or in order to move through something, and perhaps having to take a different path or a different way, or looking again. The blocker challenge is the perception that we are limited, the perception that our options are few. And that can be very convincing. That feeling can be very overwhelming, right? But it's a matter of seeing that binding is actually not as tight as it feels, as we think. And so we're able to actually claim that we are freeing ourselves of that, and then looking up and seeing there is actually potential out there. It's like the fog clears, and we suddenly see in the distance the top of the mountain, you know, and we claim it and know with certainty that this too shall pass, and that we will find a way, and that the way will be shown, you know. So it's like calling in that power around you, even when you're not feeling that. Yeah. So you've been moving through all of that this week. Yeah. So whether you're feeling a little better now or not, which, you know, can vary, because I know this is a deeply feeling season, and it's all culminating into this new moon in Cancer. So it is possible that we're, you know, definitely deeply feeling all of those things. But again, even just reflecting back on just this short period of this week and all the feels that you've moved through, in what ways can you sort of even pat yourself on the back, or acknowledge that you did reach for tools, or that you did speak out, or in some way reach out for what you were needing? Good. Okay, so you're starting to feel a little calmer about things, and that's good, because we have to feel the feels, but we don't want to let them overcome us, right? Because we're no good to anybody as the king or queen holding the fort down if we're going into, you know, a full-scale meltdown. We can have our moment for sure, but use those lower vibrational energies to actually fuel us and motivate us to say enough already. Like, you know, I was heading on a particular trajectory and I claimed it. Like, I knew that was going to be mine. I made that decisive decision. I took the step, and I was just starting out, and then this wave comes along and wipes me out. What's up with that? And I can look at that any number of ways. But if I'm only looking at it like this, remembering that where my focus goes, energy flows. So if that thing, that wave, just confirmed all of my ego's doubts and fears. Yep, see, this is why we tell you, don't take the chance, don't take the leap. You make a decision and then look what happens, you know, wah, wah, wah. And then it's like, you know, it just takes us under, right? So it's, yes, one step at a time, one day at a time, allowing things to clear. Feel the feeling, allow it to move. Where are my tools? And then being really clear in, you know, using them. And then also when there's things that you need from others that you can call out to, using that as well to communicate and ask for the help that you need wherever you can. Yeah, but I'm glad that you're starting to feel calmer. I know it's a lot. It's intense for sure. Okay. So now we have Robert and Jen, right? Okay, let's see what is coming up here for Robert. Card for Rob. Ooh, Ace of Swords. Okay. Getting a lot of swords, getting a lot of aces tonight. So again, coming in with air and water. So head and heart, right? But look at that. That's awesome. Check out the dragonfly, the crystals. Hello. Oh my gosh, if I didn't know better, that was you at your little workbench, like doing stuff. I love it. That's awesome. The cool thing about the dragonfly has a lot of really beautiful symbolism of resilience, finding a way and weathering all of that. Well, so you've got the water down pat, right? The crying, which is awesome. You let it go, let it flow. Energy in motion. We talked about this. Just let those tears flow because they're cleansing, right? But look at that. Yeah, that sword would be awesome. I love that. That is really cool. I love that there's crystals on this too. Ace of Swords is new, right? Ideas, new inspirations coming in. Right? And I love the resilience because it's like, he's back, baby. He's back. Look who's back, you know? I was down, but not out, right? Back and better than ever. Let me see what we got going on in here. Ace of Swords. Yeah. Breakthrough, brilliance, resilience. That's it. Yep. Resilience. That's what I was feeling with that dragonfly for sure. Clarity and new ideas that spark the imagination. You have effective mental power. I didn't say defective. I said effective, Rob. You have effective mental power and intellect. A double-edged sword that can create and destroy. Yield it wisely. Yes. So that's right. Light and shadow. There's two sides to that sword, right? So it can create, it can destroy. So it's our thoughts. That's our mind. That's that beautiful mind, right? So the mind is effective. It has mental power. It has great intellect, but it's how you use the sword, right? So again, it's perspective, right? Because if I can pick two ways to use it, right? With this scenario, I'm bound, I'm trapped, I can't move. You know, everything is like doom and gloom. Or, oh yeah, I got that dagger in my pocket. Let me go ahead and cut myself free right here. You know, like, you know, being resilient, looking for those tools, using that mind, using those ideas, those inspirations that come in to free yourself. And that is such a key message that was coming through yesterday, today, when I talked about the Six of Swords, when we talk about the beliefs, these old beliefs that we carry that just don't fit anymore. It's an identity that we've been carrying for a long time that's tired, that's ready to go. And so we can observe it. We can even thank it for the role that it's played. But again, as we've said before, at ease. Thank you for your service. You know, I no longer have to be looking out all the time for danger or looking for something that is going to come and just knock me off course and completely derail and all of that. Because if that's what I go looking for, that's what I'm going to find. That's the law of attraction. That's the laws of the universe, right? But we all need to push sometimes. Yep. Awesome. I love that. And that's what I'm saying. That's what it's about. Like the rallying of the community for sure, which, you know, P.S., you all built. So it's like, even if you were over there going out of your mind and battling with all this, all the while you created this beautiful community. And I had come across this really beautiful quote the other day that was about the tide rises all boats. So it's like when the rising tide comes up, it raises all of our boats, right? Because the water rises. And again, water is emotion. It's coming in. And so it raises us all up so that we're all able to. And so, you know, we're all operating all different boats in all different circumstances. And we're all feeling the residual effects of the wake of the waves of all that are around us and such. But that is such a beautiful example of how it was just the thing that you needed to help bring you out of your head. And now it's safe for you to use your head as the beautiful tool that it is, because now you use it to be inspired and have your imagination going, and there's excitement and there's potential and opportunity. And that's what all these aces are. They're the arrival of new coming in. So I love that this gave us the dragonfly and the crystals and like you're just in there doing your work, working away. I think it's amazing. And I think resilience is such a great word to really bring into focus, you know, this beautiful, painful, complicated journey that you've been on. But look, I mean, it's so beautiful. So I'm really excited to see where you go with all of this new inspiration coming in for you and beautiful ideas and potential. So awesome stuff. Miss Sharon, did I see you come in here? Is Miss Sharon here? Because I know you've been trying to get here. Let's see if she is on. You're welcome, Rob. She's here. I'm going to do a card pull for you. I'm not even asking. When is your birthday? It's coming up. It's coming up. I know it. She's another one of our Leos in the house. We pulled this card earlier for Friday's energy, and I was like, oh yeah, it's also going to be Leo season right around the corner. So we had the Emperor energy coming in, but it was the whole pride. So we were all talking, all the Leos that we're representing, and of which you are absolutely one. So I'm going to pull a card for you, and then we have Jen's card. And if there's anybody else we missed, but I think we were pretty much caught up there. But this is for you, Miss Sharon. I'm so glad you were able to pop in today. Let's see what's coming up for you. Okay. Ooh, that is the Four of Wands. I know it. Yes, beautiful. So we've been getting a lot of fours now tonight, guys, and that was just the Four of the Emperor that I was speaking to. Four of Wands is bringing you into the home, bringing you into home and family and celebration and beautiful. This can be like milestones and celebrating birthdays, all different types of occasions of, you know, births and weddings and graduations and exciting milestones. Of course, there's going to be a birthday. We know that, but I feel like there's definitely a very celebratory energy coming in and around the home. And of course, that's beautiful because we've been talking about this week, starting tomorrow, Monday, new moon in Cancer, and all the feels that that brings in and how it brings us into home and family and nurture energy, and really having this opportunity to come home to self and start nurturing from within, and how that ripples out, you know, and so within our homes, and that was also a beautiful energy that kicked us off this week with the Three of Cups, gathering with community and tribe and coming together. And again, this also is a very celebratory energy, coming together and celebrating our gifts, celebrating all of this beautiful love and mutual respect between us here at the table. And then we have this 4 energy with this gorgeous card with those roses. So that's bringing me into all of the gardening and care that I know you've been busy doing at your home. So really beautiful card coming in. I'm just going to look in the book to see what else she says about this card. Yes, stability, gathering, harmony, a time to enjoy celebration and or appreciation for your life. Well, I would say 81 years is something to absolutely celebrate abundantly. So I love that for you. For sure, we're talking your birthday celebration, but any other things that you have in and around the home, gathering, celebrating, coming together in appreciation, and also goals attained. So things that you have been working on, coming to fruition, feeling supported, secure, a solid foundation. Yeah, that 4 being like the 4 table legs, you know, feeling secure and stable, a solid foundation. And it can also refer to a wedding, a birthday, or a milestone. Beautiful. So I love that for you. It's such a happy card. It's a celebratory card. It can also have to do with like dance and music and movement, you know, merriment. Let's say that. That's beautiful. I love that for you. Okay, Jen, let's see what is coming up for you. Bringing in our caboose. Let's see what's coming up for you. Card for Jen. Four of Swords. All right, girl, take a break. Just relax, sit down, take a load off. Doesn't that look inviting? So the 4 of Swords is the card that tells us to set down the swords, right? And just rest, recuperate, you know, take a time out. So that's what we're seeing there. I love these flowers. Are they magnolias? But, well, yeah, well, the swords is take a rest from the thoughts. So many 4s, right? I know, but you can't. See, you did it. You said the but the problem is I can't. I don't know. It's making me think of something that I'm like completely unqualified to talk about, like totally unqualified. But this has been coming up on my radar so much. If you've ever heard of the human design, you'll sit on her. I actually don't find couches like that to be, there needs to be a back. Like those couches make me uncomfortable. They remind me of like a formal sitting room. Like I couldn't relax on that couch personally. I like the color. Human design. Have you ever heard of it? I'd heard of it, but I really didn't know. And, you know, like our astrology chart, yeah, they're pretty to look at. A sete, right? I just feel like I can't. Well, anyway, you know, aligning with our birth date, time, and location is our human design. So whether we are a manifester, a generator, a projector, or a reflector, 4 different types. And, you know, depending on what you are, it talks about how you work and how you need to work. And so I have been looking into mine because it turns out I'm a projector. And it turns out the projectors like need to rest a lot and need to work in like spurts. And then they work like, so it's had me really questioning the way that I work. I found a link I'll put the link here. I'll send it to you. The Jovian, Jovian, they have a free chart. So you need to have your birth date, your time, and the location, just like you do for your astrology chart. But if you Google it, Jovian something, Jovian, they have a free one. And that just tells you like the key things. It's manifester, generator, projector, and reflector. And it talks about how energy moves through you basically, but it's like this complicated chart. Like there's people that take like 7 years to learn human design, like to read people's charts. So I've been like the Matrix, like trying, because I have nothing better to do, like trying to figure my stuff out, because everything I'm reading, I feel so seen, because the projectors, and it's like less than like 20% of the population are projectors. And we're basically like supposed to be like these lighthouses that are here to like help other people to manifest and do things. And I'm like, interesting. But like, it's really been very eye-opening. For some reason, I thought to tell you that, because of the way we choose to work. And like, that's what I do. Like when you said, but I can't, this is me at the computer. I have no water left. I'm thirsty. I've had to pee for like 45 minutes. I'm sitting on the edge of my seat. My neck hurts. My back hurts. And I'm pushing myself. Like I won't get up. My body is telling me, you need to pee. You need to hydrate. You need to stretch. And I won't stop. Like I'm still sitting there trying to work. And then it turns out that my human design just that's not how I'm set to work efficiently. And everything I'm reading is saying that, once you learn your rhythm and you allow yourself to work the way that is natural to you, that you can become so much more efficient than you ever were, is what it's saying. And I'm like, yes, I want more of that. So let me dive into this rabbit hole of like printing out all this stuff. But it's fascinating. And so I've been piecing stuff together, but I will definitely share. If you guys know your birth time, I mean, we can look it up for sure. And it tells you just the basics of some things, and it just gets more intricate from there. But just knowing the basics has been very illuminating for me, because I also recognize my habits, and I know how they make me feel. So I was just feeling that. Four of Swords. Did we look it up? I forget. No, we got lost on the satay. Yeah. Rest, sacred space, retreat. This is a message to protect your rest. You are in need of a retreat and renewal so that you can recover and be effective in your life. Create sacred space and sacred pause, because the reverse possibilities are exhaustion, burnout, and stagnant. So these are things we know, and they're annoying because it's like, yeah, I know. So yeah, the retreat, and that came up as these being big themes: the re's and the p's. The p's being like, well, I talked about the sneaky P's with the perfectionism and the procrastination, all that stuff. But the P's of like patience, planning, potential, perseverance, all that. And the re's: rest, retreat, relax, all of it, release and realign and all of those things. So, again, there's an opportunity here to say, when we get more in tune with those natural rhythms, and I get that like sometimes we just don't have the luxury in the moment or the wherewithal because it looks like this. It looks like this. So that's the reality that we're in a given moment. And so, it's just planting those seeds to put the focus there, because again, this is about nurturing self first, because then it ripples out. And so if we've been working off of autopilot for so long and running on fumes for so long, we already know where that goes. And so we start to get the breadcrumbs that say, with no judgment or criticism toward ourselves, to stop and reset and recalibrate, because we know that we will come back even better and even more clear and even more energized and ready to go and work even better, right? And be able to perform even better. So definitely giving you the nod for retreating. Retreat sounds fantastic. I mean, you'll rest after the 29th. Yeah, I know. This is a busy time. I know, it's so hard because these patterns are so set, and I do it too. So I'm like, I'm talking out of my ass to you right now. Like, I'm like, retreat, rest, come on. I'm like, so I don't know what to say. I already know. I'm still going to stay up until 1:30 tonight. Nonetheless. So, we know what we know though, and we can't go cramming back into that small, but we can dream. That's right. We can have a retreat in our mind. Right? It's so easy for you to tell me to rest. We know. But I don't know. I feel good. I feel good on the trajectory for you guys and just how things are coming in. And this is, it's a lot of work, but it's exciting. It's building up to celebrating you on the 29th. And I know it's going to be fantastic and fabulous and all the things. So, but yeah, allowing ourselves to receive help and receive a reprieve when it's available to us, knowing that ultimately it's the secret sauce that will help us to come back even bigger and better and better. All right, you guys, I think that's everybody, right? So you guys know I'll be recording the recaps tomorrow on the Sharecast and throwing it out there for anybody about the card pull, if anybody wants, on Polo and the New Moon special. So if anybody's interested in that, I will put that out as well. Okay, you guys, thank you so much. Have a good week. Good luck. No, just kidding. It's going to be great. I'm excited. No, it is an exciting time. I'm being sarcastic. We will be in touch. All right, you guys. Thank you. Lots of love, and we'll talk soon.